Set your face on fire. Let's get higher. Set your face on fire. Let's get higher.
Now live with another mid to great YouTube stream and Facebook Live. Great set themselves on fire.
Set your face on fire. Let's get higher. Set your face on fire. Let's get higher. Set your face on fire. Let's get
How is everybody doing?
Set your face on fire. Let's get higher.
Y'all know what it is. We're going to take it a little higher. Ring the bell. Class is in session. Are we on the air? Are we on the air? Houston. Come in, Houston. Acknowledge Houston. Do you have a problem? We're going to set these cells on fire. All right, so let's get right into it. You already see what we're hitting for. We're getting back into this idea of philosophy. All right? So before we start, let's get acquainted with one another. How have we fared today, people? Huh? Is everybody all right? And when the God say all right, it's exactly what I'm asking you. All A-L-L right. Or are you a little saddened? Have you had a few bumps and turbulence in your life today? How was your ride? Was it blissful, harmonious, tranquil? I want to say hi to the human beings on Earth. How you doing? I want to say hi to the animals. I want to say how to all those who are known and unknown. Professor X, welcome along. I would like to say hi to the devil. I'm sure at this point, even the devil can use some comfort. You can't keep doing hell all day long. Heaven, somebody, you got to do an act of good at some point. Or I need someone who is of positivity to come along and spark that degree and change the dynamics in which I'm floating in if I'm on that negative paradigm. So let's say hi to the devil, y'all. Let's say hi to all the gods and goddesses out here in the universe, y'all. Kudos. We gonna get a bell rung. Let us say hi to the supreme beings, the supreme deities, known and unknown. How are you? I hope all is well. I hope your life is like mine. Delicious and phenomenal. That's right, Professor X. You know what goes on in my life? Did you know it has to go on? And I'm not to be fret or upset or disturbed not by one iota of it. If you find yourself in contrary of what I just said, then we're out of balance as to why I'm existing here in the third dimension. That's okay. Even me have even me have still yet so far to go. You're not alone. I ain't better than you. I just happen to know more than you. I don't believe anything. I stopped believing in 1972. So you see how you obviously see how clearly and apparent things became to me. So we got Professor X here, loving your energy, sending you nothing but positive energy, energy of well wishes. Okay, and I can only do that by pronouncing and vibratory rating that name of Professor X and looking at her picture. Huh? Oh, you don't. Oh, you don't know nothing about magic yet. But okay, that's okay. Sitting in front of the class. People that's scared of black magic and white magic and voodoo and voodoo and all those old other natural things that we can use in existence, let them sit in the front of the class. All you already know and you already practicing and have been practicing, y'all sit in the back. And in fact, unleash these seats. Let the individuals who is willing to exalt themselves sit for a while. Let them see the beauty of what they have to, of what they are, and then of what they have to offer to the scheme of things. You see, you and I, which is the root word of unity, right? When we kind of collaborate and come together, we could bring about a magnificent universe. Look at the word universe. You and I, again, right? You and I, verse. How do you want to verse? Meaning, how do you want to communicate with each other? How do you want to do business? This is the universe. I don't know what you got your head up there somewhere out there for. Lady Shea Butter has arrived. Namaste. Namaste to Professor X. And all you beings out here in existence who are of the supreme. let's get into this information. Because this is philosophy part 2. We did philosophy 1. We had some great information that was expressed. We had a lot of good ideas that was developed out of what we heard, right? So keep in mind, this is what we're living for and gravitating towards here on Earth. I don't want to look and see the same way I did yesterday. Else I'm going to feel inadequate. I don't know about y'all. I get bored. If I can't learn something, if my mind isn't on something that's going to take me higher than what I was yesterday, it's going to be a problem with me and myself and I. You might not know it. I might smile in front of you all day and talk about, hey, how you doing? I'm doing good. How you doing, Nate? Oh, you know me, I'm doing great. But then you know deep down inside, you're not doing so great at all. So don't pump fake me. Don't pump fake yourself. If you're not doing great and somebody asks you how you doing, oh, give it to them. Because they should have never asked in the first place. And second of all, it was meant for a reason. Guarantee you, everybody growing on after that episode that we're going to have. If you're feeling some kind of way, then please don't ask me how I'm doing. Just give me a greeting or something. You could have said hello and kept it stepping. Assalamu alaikum, shalom lakum, peace, God, whatever. But you talking about how you doing. Hey, hold up, come here for a minute. Don't keep walking. I'm fucked up right now. Can I get a couple dollars? Yeah, hey man, listen, man, my son just got locked up. They ready to cut my bills off and my car just got towed. All I need is a couple dollars for next week. I get my check. Oh, I ain't got it right now, cuz. You know, I guarantee you that person never asks you again how you doing. Because they never know how individuals doing in existence. This is why I don't intrude on you like that. When I see you up daybreak, first thing at daybreak, me upon rising back here in the meat suit, I'm going to give you a good greeting. If it's just hi, what's up? Big ups. You know, I'm never going to be like, hello, good morning. You know how it is in the American workforce. You go down the center city of your district, everybody all in their suit and tie, high heel shoes on, pocketbook swinging, briefcases. Good morning. Good. I hate that. I know goddamn well every day y'all coming in here with that good morning shit. And in fact, I was listening to your argument last night and coming into the job this morning on the phone. But you get in the office in front of everybody and now you smile and talk about good morning. So we talking about dealing in the aspect of the real. And how you function and how you think will keep the flow of what you gravitate into and in at all times. Thereby keeping and being you. Right? So reading on in the book of philosophy, right? We're going to go into the idea of matter of fact, let me switch up the tune here, and we're going to jump out of philosophy and go right into epistemology. All right? Because we pretty much did enough about philosophy. I think we spoke enough, and we're not going to feed that horse too much. You know what I'm talking about? We don't want the horsey with a fat stomach. That's not healthy. Despite of what you hear when you go to parties or, you know, you first see somebody for a long time, they got that big belly. They talk about, oh, look at you. You must be living good. No, that's not living good, people. That's excessive over living good. I ain't gonna beat you down. You just living too good. You're supposed to say, oh, you living too good. You know your stomach is only big as your fist? And you see these men out here with these big stomachs? That's a disease. Future problem. You better get with your job and get a health plan, a good health plan, because you're gonna need it when you hit 60. And I'm only bringing it to light because it's real, and we can stop it before it happens. I want to twist up the tune real quick. We're gonna come off of this vibration and go to something else, a more natural sounding. Okay? And then we're gonna read some of this book, some of this information we got right here. Check. So, for those who are unaware of what it is about epistemology, let us go into a little, just a small idea of what we're talking about. All right? Epistemology is about the nature and conditions of human knowledge. What is it and how do we get it? Among its trickiest questions is how reliable to discern genuine knowledge from merely seeming to know, which is far easier and more popular. In this little piece of information that we're going to get into today, we will explore perception, illusion, biases, and doubts. All right, we're gonna get right into this, y'all. And each and every last individual on and of his or her own accord, you're going to have to disseminate this information properly and as best as you can, that best fits and suits you. In other words, you are floating your own boat. All information is up for all information. I don't care what type of information. To be dissected, digested, and then manifested to the aspect of how it best fits and suits me. What don't apply, you let it fly. See? What you do accept, you put it in your bag. Because this is what you got. You got a spirit cooking bag. You the witch. You're the Wizard of Oz. You're Dorothy skipping down the yellow brick road. See? So, again, with this information, we're going to explore perceptions, illusions, biases, and doubts, and cast glances at some of the great epistemologists from ancient times ago to the early modern and even to these recent days in time. Let me explain to these people that's here now listening to this. You are the new gurus. You are the new saints, sages, prophets, messengers, guiders, light seekers, storytellers, elders. If you wasn't, why would you be here then? Vibrating in the frequency that you're vibrating in, or even listening to a word that I have just made mention of. Oh my goodness. If you want to play, you might as well get you an Xbox or a PlayStation or something. That will be more to the means of being playful. But when you're dealing with yourself and your psyche and the reality of the state of existence, then there's no room for playing. Do it look like we playing? Do it feel like you're playing? That's the better question. When you all alone with your own thoughts, having not the TV, radio, or no one around you, is that playtime? What you're thinking, I'm talking about what we're thinking in our head. Much like if I was to look in the mirror and tell myself that I love myself and my mouth don't even move. You ever do that before? You ever stand in the mirror and without your mouth moving, say, I love you? Let me ask you a question, please. And I know, and I want to say, please, impart me because really I'm intruding. So if you wish and you will allow me, who is it that said, I love you? Your mouth didn't move, so it wasn't the physical. I was standing right there next to you. So, a classic definition of knowledge as justified true belief is examined. That's what we're doing with this information that we have learned thus far. You see, because we're moving on in a time period, and time only exists because we make it so. And with time, we must have proper measurements. That means etiquette and ethics. That's the suit, that specific point in time. Again, I like to use the scenario. Don't bring me a 1961 Ford Mustang manual to fix my 2024 Ford Mustang. I cannot use that book. So we talking about true belief is examined, okay, contested by counterexamples. Da, da, da. So knowledge as justified true belief. Knowledge as justified true belief. At the gates of knowledge, the skeptic stands guard. If you don't know what a skeptic is, look it up in a minute. But listen to this for a second. At the gates, more than one, of knowledge, the skeptic stands guard. Before we can enter the citadel, we must answer his challenge. End quote. Marinate on that for a minute. Those of the unconceived and perceived words, I'll take the time to Google it and look it up. I'm going to read it again. At the gates of knowledge, the skeptic stands guard. Before we can enter the citadel, CITADEL, okay? We must answer his challenges. Let's take a break on that, and we're going to come right back with some more mathematics and science and building with this philosophy thing. All right? So again, you're the new philosophers. If America has, how can I properly put this? If what we have heard since 2019 of such ideas as a reset, how about that? Right? You got to put it properly so, so people, when they come back at you, you got to be standing perpendicular, sound on your square. Yes, that's what I said. You see, because you remember your word is your bond, and your bond is your word. The word is all you got, for your word is your life. In the beginning was the word, says the Saint Book of John. Look it up. You see? So we stand perpendicular on our square, and we start carrying out the ideas of what it is to evolve into greater beings, not having to regurgitate the information of that what was brought forth yesterday. The new supreme beings, if these beings done started what they have called a reset, then the reset is nothing more than the predicted idea of the Bible of that of a new heaven on earth. See? Or at least a new idea within yourself. Because don't forget, heaven is where? Not just macro, mommy micro. Know that it is macro too. So as above, so below. So don't think that, you know, oh, it ain't no heaven on earth. They out there still gun shooting, killing each other. It's heaven in here, though. Ain't that earth? Ain't I'm earth? Don't the 5%ers call they woman earth? Isn't every element and mineral in that ground in me? So I can subscribe the idea of the new heaven and new earth after having this great reset. You see? Oh no, they're not going to tell it to you like this. That's not their job. You can't fault these people and hold these people back to give you that what they don't know how to give you. That's dumb. Why would I be mad at you for not giving me what you can't even imagine to give me? You know what? I think I've been looking at this in the wrong perspective all these years. All this time, I thought I was the trampled one on, when the whole reality is that the world does evolve around me. Remember your mom and them used to tell you that? When you came in the world from the age of 1 at least to 5, you knew until you were smacked upside your mouth and your head that the world doesn't evolve around you. Then they went on to tell you that the money don't grow on trees, just to see how dumb I can be. That's when it was the limit right there. You couldn't get out. Well, what age was that? That was like 6. So I've been enlightened for a long time. Probably was 3. Knowing me, I'm like Nikola Tesla. I deal with that 3, 6, and 9 all day. I'm just fucking with us. We gotta bring a little humor into it, y'all. You know what it is. But then again, don't fail to do your studies because it might not be so funny. Let's take this break and we're gonna come right back, y'all. We're gonna drop off. No, I'm gonna play something I put together. Let's listen to this here inner self. Okay, no. I be unique. I'll be right back too. This is the soundtrack I put together. I be unique. But I will be right back. Okay. All right. So, like I said, right? We the new prophets. We the new messengers. We the new gurus. We the new philosophers. We're the new foreseers. We're the ones that's to dictate in the energetic field, the electromagnetic field, in the macro, to set lifestyle for the next 24,000 years. Keeping it in accord with the so-called subconference of your planet Earth and even your time clock. You got 24 hours in a day, goddamn it, to get done what you need to be doing. Else you got to start all over. And by the way, 2 and 4 is 6 all day long here on Earth in the third dimension. I tell you, you're not going to escape the science and the mathematics of 3, 6, and 9. I don't care if you dump every number added up by each number, you still got to come out with 3, 6, and 9. Let's do it. 3 times 1 is what? Oh, damn, y'all smart. I didn't know y'all knew that. Okay, let me try this. 3 times 2 is what? Good. 2 times 1 is what? All right. Where we go next? 3 times 5, 15. But 1 and 5 is what? Oh, man, got you again? You're not going to get around that. As long as you're here on Earth, whether you talking about, nah, Nate, I got one for you. 3 times, 7 times 2. I mean, what we multiplying 3 by the number. So we can't use that. But let's look at it in that instance, because that's some science still to be discovered. Because if I multiply, right? Let's say 7 times 2. We know that's 14. And 1 and 4 is 5. That is not normally and typically the science of what the system that you're functioning and existing in. All right. For instance, everything has its meaning and significance. I don't care how much we don't understand it, or how silly or even unnecessary that one may think it to be. It is existing for a significant purpose and meaning. Right? So as we look into this idea of knowledge, right, as justified true belief, that's because that's where we left off. Now, I want to do something. Skeptor. Skeptor. No. Skeptic. So everything that you've getting into and knowing about yourself, and you're revealing and seeing for and of yourself, there's always going to be that outside force. I don't care if you call it Satan, Shaitan, devil, or whatever. The negative, that's what the skeptic is. That's going to that garden. Okay? It says at the gates of knowledge. So every time that idea what you bring forth, you know how it go. Somebody's going to tear you down because they don't want you to grow. So knowledge is indisputably central to the enterprise of philosophy, which is your ideas, what you know. It is the subject of that principle, right? Branch of philosophy known as epistemology, a field that derives its name from the Greek word for knowledge, which is episteme. But all branches are intertwined, known. None of the others could be the least viable if it were not for epistemology. It makes no sense to make claim about what is real or what is valuable in the absence of claims of knowledge. Reality and values may be as they are. If we are without knowledge of them, all theorizing, right, is vanity. That's why Solomon said in the good book of the Bible, the good book, that everything is vanity. Even knowledge is vanity. Knowledge is a gateway into the citadel of philosophy. And yet some philosophers spend their entire lives, spending their entire lives outside those gates. And they are not all glamoring to get in. So in other words, it may for some of you, you studying Buddhism, but it may not be a good thing for you to go ahead and talk about you're a Buddhist. Some of you may want to go ahead and study that of the Yahweh system and talk about you Jehovah Witness and throw a little small cap on the top of your head. But you go over there in New York looking like me, that may be a problem. Unacceptable. This is what hey, listen, people. I was there. I had all the big beard one time, the big mark on the front of my head. After I took the cross off, the big cross. Wearing it wasn't much like, not much different from the Jewish little piece of hat, but this little bit bigger. They call them kufis. Y'all know what I'm talking about. I've been there. But it wasn't me. I couldn't find me in there. Especially when I greeted one of them Arab dudes. I said, Salaam alaikum. That nigga said, wa alaikum. I was like, oh shit, fuck that. Nah, nigga, you ain't gonna disrespect me. I took that fucking kufi over home, took that beard off, threw my hoodie and everything back on. Or my Adidas, or whatever I like to rock. You know what I mean? I think, matter of fact, back then, I had the high top fade box haircut. Yeah, I let that grow back. That's what happened. Yeah. Because they saying it's not Islamic to be looking like Kid and Play. All right, man. Assalamu alaikum. Staffallah. So I cut my... And I had the best on in the hood. All the females was like, yo, why you cut your hair? You know, I'm on my Sarata Mustaqim now. I took my Shahada. Oh man, cuz, oh, you didn't. What Tupac said? Oh, you Muslim now. I hope she knows that she gotta play. You still my nigga though. I don't give a fuck what you call yourself. I'm gonna call you Cassius Clay. You know what I'm talking about? Hold up. Let me read something going on in the chat. I see the chat moving. Mine's eye. That's right. No, yeah, and you know, no disrespect to the Islamic tradition people. I loved it. I'm telling you, it was a beautiful part in time journey of my experience in this existence. You know, I really felt like I was in Hijra at one point. I was able to be in that type of environment where I wasn't around food, or drinks, sex. When I want, you know, I was able to be allotted to sustain from like at least 99% of the poison. No more than, you know, like Jesus did. You know, Jesus went away for a little bit, right? He went away when he was 15. Next thing you know, you hear about Jesus, he was what? 33 or something like that? Or through 30? And he died at 33? Something to that extent. Y'all know the science and the mathematics. Look it up. Moses, where'd he go? He went somewhere up there and lit all the trees on fire. Left the people and they built the golden calf. Oh, what was it? Oh, he talked to the burning bush. I'm sorry. I got it confused. I thought Moses... That's a favorite part. I was young and I read that part of the Bible, so forgive me. And I took it another way when I read that. Because Moses had a harsh life. And so I can understand his anger. Coming from the hadiths, Sahih Bukhari, and Muslim, and the Christian doctrines and of what Moses was about. Heaven. In the Islamic doctrine, they said, what it say in hadith? Hold on. Oh, he was supposed to go up in the mountains and civilize these dudes, these people, right? According to the hadith, Sahih Muslim, Bukhari, one of them. Don't quote me. Or he even came about it, the teachers of the nation Islam. But somebody know the story about Moses going up into the mountains, supposed to be allegedly civilizing these people that was crawling around on all fours and eating. You know what? Thank you, Mind's Eye. Appreciate all your energy, yo. Want to wish and invoke tranquility, peace, love, light, and harmony to everyone who has showed way wave, right, through the streaming. Don't think that what you're doing in existence is not of relevancy. In fact, I like to think more so that what every little thing that I do, I find it to be very important for me, y'all. And watch, the more you accept that idea and grow into that, the more you're going to manifest and develop your life. It's going to be so phenomenal, yo. I love to see how Dr. Sebi was living and seeing. If he was talking like I'm talking, I'm only in my 50s. Oh my God. Laylola, Africa. I'm talking about all great deities who evolved into the mathematics and science of the numbers. You see? They didn't just have, and I know I'm ranting on. We're going to get back into this, but I think this needs to be revealed, people. I don't have happy birthdays. In fact, ain't too many of them really actually was happy. I mean, one time I got in a fight and got my eye blacked on my birthday. Much like when you running around here and you hearing people, right, talk about Happy New Year. So knowledge again is a gateway into the citadel of philosophy. And yet some philosophers spend their entire lives outside those gates, and they are not all glamoring. So these self-appointed guardians at the gates of knowledge will ask, why are you sure? How do you know? Might it not be otherwise? Though annoying, these skeptics have this one salutary influence. See? They prevent dogmatism from entering the ideal city. They prove something else too. Though knowledge be a way into the fortress of philosophy, philosophy nevertheless flourishes outside of its own gates. Listen, I want y'all to pay attention. For one reason why, because you're going to take this information and after 3 years, you're going to have to revise it and improve it too. Do you still feel like sitting in the church after hearing 3 generations of grandmothers talking about the return of Jesus Christ? I suspect by now everybody should know that we're going to have to let that go for a minute and get on some old other shit. I'm really at this point mad and disappointed that we done had at least 6 generations of people that passed by talking about they waiting for the return of Jesus Christ. And here it is, and we 2023. And this creature, entity, individual hasn't returned yet. Now, we got those who walk around, they claim that they are the one. Oh, he's in you. That's one I hate. That I don't like that one. That you need to get out of me. That don't even sound good. He's in me. I hate that dumb talk, man. You can find a better way to describe that of the energy that I'm pulsating as to be pulsing something in me. Did you buy your brand new vehicle off the floor? And before you drove it off the lot, did the seller ever tell you, oh, by the way, there's something in your trunk? I'm just saying, people, come on. It's some joke. Yeah. When she got in the car, she shut the door. And you know the last thing go in with a female, especially when she knows she had a lot of assets. He said, oh, excuse me, miss. By the way, there's something in your trunk. Or in the car. All right, let's not be so sarcastic and humorous about it. Still, when your baby was born, did the doctor ever tell you, ladies, by the way, we gave your child its vaccination, but we think it's something in that nigga? Is it, maybe it's Damien? Maybe I'm No, people, there is nothing in you. The only thing is in you is that of what you are. Check all the sum total of your experiences. That's the only thing you are. If you've been skiing before, then you should be a skier. There's no way somebody who never been skiing or even set foot on a slope can ever explain to me the proper etiquette skiing. Knees in or out. You are the sum total of all your experiences, no more, no less. And there's never ever have been anyone to come and prove me wrong. Let's look at this idea of belief. First, knowledge is a species of belief, right? Sometimes when challenged, we say, quote, I don't believe it. I know, right? Oftentimes we're hearing this a lot, and which is a good thing. Because I'm sure if your arm was broken, I came up to you and said, hold up, my partner, let me fix that for you. I believe I know what I'm doing. As opposed to the next person coming to you and say, oh, ho, I know what I'm doing. I guarantee you, I'm not going to be the first individual that you're going to feel safe with. Just off the mere fact of the energy of the words that we're using. I could have came with a gown and everything. Mask. You know how the doctors look. The scope around their neck and a chart. Talking about, I believe I could fix that. As a matter of fact, let me check my notes. Well, according to page 572, we believe we could work on you, sir. And then you get an individual that just comes over and say, yo, I know what I'm doing. I can fix that. I'm guarantee you and assure you that you're going to feel probably more comfortable with the person who says that they know as opposed to what you're looking at. Because this nigga say, for real, belief leaves room for doubt and disappointment, people. Belief is not assurance, having a clearance or reality. They believe this. They don't actually know. And so it goes that you must have faith. And faith for the things that's not seen, but only hope for. And gods don't work with that mathematics or in that dynamic or element. That's not proper essential ingredients for growth, production, and creating. So we say, I don't know. I'm sorry. We say, I don't believe it. I know, as if knowledge made belief redundant. But belief does not vanish when knowledge arises. And then the replacement is a true belief. The point is that you, as an individual, cannot know anything unless you believe it. So we're going to say that for correction of the last sentence, starting from the point is that you, because I'm looking at the individual is making a statement and writing that and insinuating that we don't know nothing unless we have a belief. And that's where I'm going to differ at. You see? Because remember, I'm not regurgitating this information. What we're doing is we bringing it into light and what? Making it how it best suits and fits me. So to believe, let us look at it since it uses this word. What is it? Epistemology. I like to look at etymology and how the English language is actually a language of curses. And this is going to all iron out and show you why I can't regurgitate the information of the days before. Because I know that in order to set my arena in its right state of existence, then I got to flip the code. Now we're going to move on real highly into this, and this may go over a lot of people's heads, but just ride it out and check the video out another time. Come back to it again, speed it up, go through certain parts in which you figure that did not make any sense to you, or you might want to skip over it and go to the part where you needed to write a few things down and look them up for yourself. See, this is what you do with knowledge. I'm like a faucet without the rubber. What happens when your rubber rots or isn't placed inside of any place of running water, huh? And you have your valve on shut off. Information still is going to be leaking. And information is like that of water. Don't water store information? Huh? Oh, yes, it do. Did you know that you could take a shower and with the water that's hitting you on your body, or even a bath that you settling in, you could communicate with it and have it play its specific role while it is traveling on your surface? Why do you think people who is in pain use cold water? And those with muscle cramps and things of that nature like it a little hot. So belief is that of like to be lying. I don't really like to use the word belief. I never believe anything. If I don't have a clearance or insight in my mind's eye as to said project knowledge that's in front of me, then I'm going to have to consider the fact that is something that I don't know, I cannot acknowledge, and therefore it's of no means and necessary for me. It'll never have its role or play in my existence. For that individual, you see, remember, oh man, they told you all this science in the Matrix. Watch Matrix 1, 2, and 3. It's your mind that makes it real. So stop telling grandmom that Jesus Christ don't exist. You can't do that. You're not Professor X in her world where she's has the floor that unfolds for her. You're going to scream forever, waste your entire energy that you could have put to something else in existence for yourself. Telling grandmom that Jesus don't exist. When all the while she's creating her Jesus. It's the mind that makes it real. Socrates was not the first philosopher. I would like to share this and let that be known. Nor do I concur with the idea of him being anything of white or European, for that matter, because of what I've heard throughout time. But whatever the difference of what they is, let us look at the science and the mathematics in which it brings. Because you could be Plato, you could be Aristotle, you could be Socrates. In fact, I told you, you are the new Socrates. You're the new Plato. But this time, see, you're not supposed to be looking to be writing on walls, creating things, making yourself big monuments and statues. Oh, look at the great I am. You did that already. Remember, we don't regurgitate nothing. Keep creating in a new being. Remember the rap group Nubians? Nubian. Every 24 hours. All they're going to do is blow the nose off and take it down again. Talking about, no, that wasn't Nate the Great. That was Alexandria the Great. So you have to be smart. We don't want to keep going back to the old days. In fact, develop the insight that has yet to be or seen. I'm not saying that you're going to be the first individual to have a certain idea for a creation. However, you can join in and also have that idea. And therefore, even if I don't get the chance to bring it into fruition or manifest it, we could be in an assurance, right? Because I might catch ill and fall short and have to dissipate in the physical. And they go say, damn, yo, he had a good idea. He was just about to do this, that thing, and the other. That's when you get to step up. You see? So as being the Plato, the Socrates, even the Shakespeare of this day and time, we need to feel the vibration. If you want to place it on your Facebook, because that's the only book that's worth writing today. You can't literally, you can go ahead and do this, but you're not going to really get to, people don't read books. I sold books all my life. I dealt with books, and it has totally declined. Books is very almost obsolete. They almost ready to start burning these things again. And probably in the next 50 years, they're probably going to do it again. Burn all the books. Some of the books you can't even get. I can't even get the holy tablets or what else? A few other books. Behold the Pale Horse. That's a pretty off the top of the head hard book to get too. I think they took that out of Barnes and Noble. But things like the Holy Tablets, The Wounded Wound by Dr. Phil Valentine. Yeah, I heard that book is like $2,000 now if you want that book. Yeah, I had it, brought it, and sold it. In fact, I did a video on that book, a small video of The Wounded Wound. Look on my YouTube channel. So books is pretty much going to be obsolete. The only books that you get to really write is your Facebook. But even that is owned by something else and being controlled in algorithm. So you really want to stop and get up off of all this old stuff that you've been doing for so long. How many times you want to come through and own the supermarket? You mad because Walmart got a supermarket? Huh? Walgreens got a little drugstore? Did you know you sold that to him? All you gotta do is look at BET and look who owned it. That's something been going on every time you create. You're going to sell your shit. Where you think drug addicts got that shit from? From grandmom and grandpop who's rich. When every time you create something, you know it's going to be a hassle. So the smartest thing was to do was sell it before it becomes a headache. Because they're going to come and take it and kill you for it anyway, son. Oh, y'all don't know how great and smart we are, y'all. Y'all think the European was the first people that did all the shit such as migrating when every time you moved into their neighborhood? No. You know where they got that from? The so-called Indians. Yes, they did. The Indians knew that Christopher Columbus was coming on that goddamn boat way before that nigga was in diapers. Yeah, we did because we had the 24 elders and we had it in what you call scriptures. And we had philosophers and foreseers. My niggas, don't talk to me like I don't know what I'm talking about because I was there. How you think we led these niggas up Germantown Avenue all up into the Valley Forge? You ain't nothing but incarnated beings. I'm just trying to spark the cell inside of you. That's the only thing inside you. If you want to put something in you, your cells. You a cell. You're a cell. That's why I call you Adam. And not the ADAM either. I'm gonna call you ATOM. You much better than ATUM. You more powerful than Atum Ra. You know what I'm talking about? In fact, you birthed these beings. If it wasn't for you, Christopher Columbus wouldn't know Lady Shea Butter. That's right. Yeah, you know? So, let's change the vibration right here for a minute. We're going to go to a new day because we talk about belief. We stopped of talking about belief and knowing. Okay, so let's get back into that. Believe. Okay. We have to be careful. I know. Wait a minute. Let me see something first. Okay. We know that speaking these words that we speak, which we call the English language, can have its certain type of frequency and vibration. In other words, when even in the tone that we speak, it makes people feel some kind of way. right? Let's take for instance if I said I I'm afraid of you, and you say, "Well, why are you afraid of me?" And I say, "Because I don't know if you're going to snap or not." Snap? What is snap? Well, snap is supposed to be when you're hollering and yelling, right? This is equal to the American custom and way of living. This is what I see and hear now here. Walk with me now. Well, what is hollering and yelling? Isn't it just an over exuberant amount of energy in which being expressed from a verbal point of view? Right? Then if that be the case, what we're dealing with, and it shows that words and even the way we express it has effect on us. I like to think that opposed to now, if you are in the idea of acknowledging that words is just words, and you moved on to the state of existing where these or you see these things don't have any effect on you, and you can put it in a different category or a different uh, box or different state, then not only have you learned that you moved on and graduated, but it really won't even have any effect over you. Now, we're not talking about living in the physical and having a state of not being emotional. I think people have a grave and big misconception as to the way we're supposed to be functioning. If it wasn't, you're not. If it wasn't real and have its relevancy, then you won't be able to do it. You see, I wouldn't be in the idea or in the state of being able to do what we call hate, envy, being jealous, fighting, stool pigeon, killing somebody. Huh? We could go on and on and on ideas of what we think that's supposed to be of degradation and hellish. So looking at it in that light, it brings me to the idea that I'm feeling fine and comfortable in the seat of the knowing factor, right? Because to know is to be assurance and proof that all of what you are and have manifested was brought about by none other than your own hands. This is the difference than knowing and believing. It's this idea about Western doubt. And doubt has been a friend to philosophy from its earliest days. The first great Western skeptics are surrounded in legend, even while they attack legend. And they attack knowledge too, even its very possibilities. While this seems like a counsel of epistemic despair, it keeps the critical spirit alive. Skepticism has died many times, but whenever it has been reborn, the spirit of philosophy has been revived. Skepticism of various forms thrived in ancient times as critical inquiry and polemical critique. Like much ancient learning, it eventually died out and was forgotten. It stays here in Europe, but all over. And it was done intentionally and purposely. In fact, to bring us up to a real up to date idea of what's going on. Now, I don't want. How can I bring this to light without sharing too much of that foolishness that's going on with WHO and CDC? Stay away from that as much as possible. It's bad enough it's in the drinks, in the even in the non-GMO food. Don't think not that everyone is under attack. No one is safe. I think it was said in a song a long time ago, there's a war going on outside nobody's safe from. The only way you could be safe from it by knowing. And knowing is winning the battle. They used to say on a cartoon, knowing is half the battle. That's a lie. Again. So when it was reintroduced, when philosophy was reintroduced in the 16th century, it added fuel to the fire of conflict in matters of spiritual authority and scientific inquiry. I wonder why. Desecrates so-called method of doubt was actually aimed at establishing certainties and thus at refuting absolute skepticism and the pryforism then undergoing a resurgence. So Descartes, Descartes, this individual was one of many people who don't know who this is. So I'm not even sure if I'm pronouncing his name right, but he was one of those individuals who came up under Plato, Socrates, and them. All right. He used skepticism methods only to arrive at indubitable truth. All right. Indubitable truth. Indubitable. Truth. He tried to doubt everything, even to imagine that the obvious were false. But his general demolition of opinion was not total, for he uncovered an orderly set of propositions he could recommend by their absolute certainty. It was impossible to doubt them. This dude, Descartes, noted that the senses, okay, you're that or what you are, sometimes deceive us. And that's because you're not in tune with yourself. If you letting something deceive you, you don't have a base and foundation of that of what you are and how you're functioning and existing. This is facts. That don't go try to look it up. I can't even tell you look it up because it's something that I have experienced, and I don't even know if it's been written down yet. I didn't write it down, so, but I'm going to sit here and tell you, as an individual that's thriving and having my way, like Burger King on my journey, no, I have not found yet anything that's to be disputed of what I feel sure that this is how it is and what it's going to be. You know? This individual observed that trusted teachers and great philosophers occasionally turned out to be wrong. Occasionally turned out to be wrong. The physical world as it is given to us seems real enough, but dreams can seem equally real while they last. You have individuals out here that exist and they make a whole lot of money, right? Just to spread false propaganda. If you could go to college and be on the elite debating team, then you better rest assured that there are individuals that's willing to be out here to get and do whatever it takes for that bag, right? Take that oath just to be disagreeable, indifferent. But this is not where you're supposed to get upset. This is where you're not supposed to get discouraged. You must know that you're on earth, you're in the physical form. And before you took on the oath to come here, agreement with yourself to perform your task here, you already knew what it was hitting for. You just forgot. That's all. Oh, yeah. Once you pass your first spelling test, and then your mom took you to your doctor, to her doctor 3 times. Oh, I'm gonna tell you how this whole process went. I know how to get a newborn baby up out of its primary purpose or function in existence. I study man in all his methods. That's what I do. I study myself. Therefore, I know myself in everything and everybody. You see? We talking about performing in your wizardry. You're the witch. You're the wizard. Yes. With all black on the broom and the black cat. Why do you think they told you be afraid of the black cat? And stay away from the black cat. Bad guys wear black. It's just all element and power to get us up out of the idea of what we're supposed to be manifesting from and in. That's all. And when I say they, I'm talking about any individual who is of the dumb talk. That's who they are. I'm not pointing a specific person out. I don't never do that. If the shoe fit, then wear it. If it don't fit, give it to the thrift store. Somebody will come and find that shoe who can fit it. Don't throw the shoe away. Give it to the thrift store. All shoes is meant to be worn. Why do you think we create shoes? Somebody got to wear it. But if it don't fit, then you mustn't quit. If the shoe don't fit, then you must quit. You know what I'm talking about? Like, take it to your local nearest drop-off bin for the clothing donation. Let's read some of this information here, and we're gonna get up out of here. I'm gonna have to go a little bit deeper in this book to find some more things in here that's worth bringing to light. I see reduction and induction, so we definitely gonna get into that, right? Yeah, this is a good one. Inductive reasoning and mathematical induction. Wow. Ultimate choices. See, the only thing is, this guy writes some of the things in here that I'm going to have to paraphrase, you know? That's why I don't feel like going too much into this right now. Like, he got the idea, the will to believe. Like, no. You know, it's Michael Pickard got to be a European. So, remember, when you're reading books, you're actually dealing with someone's ideas, someone's psyche. And this is why we take information, no matter what it is, you dissect it, digest it, and then manifest it. Right? So we're going to be done with this for a minute, since it's too much work involved to be decoding. Because remember, a lot of these dudes, like Bobby Hemmett said, they talk about a whole bunch of nothing and it sounds good. That's what they're good at. So we can't close off on that vibration right there. So I want to go to some quotes. All right. I'm going to read these quotes off. Probably read about, let's do a good 10. If it's something juicy to talk about, we'll weigh in on it. If not, we're going to keep it moving and get up out of here. I'm going to go put something in my system and probably sit back and enjoy a movie or something with my significant other. And I'm going to hope you all do the same. Professor X, Lady Shea Butter, who else? Minds, I. All right. Thank you, Professor X. Who else was it that come through? Is that it? Oh, I'm always messing up. Let me see something. Okay. Yeah. All right. So yeah, that's good. Again, I'm sending my energy, you know, that uh and what I do go and look at what is going on in the chat. And I do it for the fact that it makes me feel like I'm in tune. And we definitely know that we are, you know, and by being in tune, you can actually be on that sigil and wavelength and sending prosperity to the other individuals, no matter where they geographically are located on the plane of existence. In fact, I will find this to be our above and our first cash apping type of system. For if we use the idea of as a below, so above, then I would have to question, how do you cash app other than through a cell phone? If we are made up of cells and we operate in an electromagnetic field. Check. So, looking at it in that light, continue to we call it prayer. If prayer suffice, that's what I'm talking about too. Prayer is the same thing as hoping, wishing, okay? Sending out positive energy. That's the same thing. You ever go in a hospital and people standing around the person and they hold hands? Don't you know there's a specific ritual that's taking place, people? Sure it is. Doctor come in and say, next day, he look at the chart, take the person's pulse and all that things of that nature, and says, wow, it seems like he or she is beginning some type of recovery. How is this so? And don't nobody know. You all give it to, oh, thank God. Oh, Lord, thank God. She's going to make it. Oh, doctor, we thank you, doctors. If it wasn't for you, doctors. When you know you and your family members was this in there last night at 3 o'clock holding the hands, invoking and casting spells. Why don't you fast and do some CMOS fast and go in there and do the same thing? Watch how rapid we make miracles. Because the more the body is electrified, the more possible the Christians tell you all the time. Prayers go up. What come down? Oh, you better watch out, boy. It's going to hit you. You keep listening to me. You keep seeing how I'm telling you to develop your sight of the actuality of your existence. You'll be the individual out here instead of worshiping God. You now become the God. There's not too long so long after a person starts to worship something before they become that of what it is. You can't tell Farrakhan that he ain't Elijah Muhammad. He'll show and prove to you every which way and to convince you that you was wrong. Facts. And speaking of more facts, you just got to think anyway. Wouldn't you, if you was God Almighty and people was worshiping you, wouldn't you want to get up out of here like Michael Jackson and Prince or Elvis Presley? Or Whitney Houston? Those are rituals, people. Ain't no way you gonna have daughter and mom. No. I'm not that's gonna be one to accept that. Nor are you gonna have Mr. Bryant with his demise having me watching a cartoon 4 years earlier of the same goddamn way. No, y'all not gonna play with me like that. I don't sleep. You can't show me Trump on The Simpsons becoming president before he actually becomes the president. Yo, y'all just playing a little bit too hard, ain't you? God damn, I ain't take the slaps. You would think they did like Men in Black. They heard that thing in front of you talk about look into here. Y'all didn't see that shit. Y'all ain't see that. Yeah, it's called I ain't not gonna say it, yo. just let me put it like this. Everything is everything. Okay? And I'm gonna close. Oh no. I'm gonna do a little reading of some quotes here. But let me say this in closing of just ranting on and dropping leaking information. Everything is everything. So if they showed you in the Men in Black of a device, right, that was supposed to be of something like that, right? Must be one of these cheap items. You know, that light. And then the people didn't see no more. You can't expect them to really come out and do that. You're not going to have the police officers and Men in Black running around. You know, you seeing a Rodney King beat down, but you observing that shit ain't real. Not one baton is actually hitting them. Or a George Floyd incident, and like, no, man. I mean, like, no, you, or like the, or a killing of 4 people in a house. He stabbed them up, and there's no blood in the bed, like, and they bringing out mattresses, like, no. So they're not going to actually come to you with a device and hold it to you. They got to do it another way in which, because you're going to do like this. Man, get this shit out of here. Yes, I did see that. So they're going to come another way. See, that's TV. That's why they call it televised visually. Television. It's telling you a story, but it's visually lying. So anyway, to see, for the people in America not to see the phenomenal things that's taking place in their DNA and their crystal light of blood igniting, they had to come up with a way other than doing it like that. I'm going to just say that. You go figure it out. Let's read on here. They can't scare me if I can scare them first. Don't let other people decide who you are. Be yourself, but always your better self. All right? Be yourself. Everyone else is already taken. Always be a first-rate version of yourself and not a second-rate version of someone else. Okay? No, you don't want to be like Mike. You don't want to be a Malcolm X. All those are subliminal mind control rituals, people. I'm Malcolm X. I'm Malcolm X. I'm Malcolm X. No, I'm Nate the Great. You dreamy queen, lace-shaped butter, looking so lovely. You the mind's eye, expressing yourself vibrantly, seeing all things in existence. Who else we got? Professor X. Ain't letting nothing get by unless it's most correct and precise. That's what Professor do. We don't carry these titles just because it sound pretty. Go stand in the corner somewhere. You supposed to be carrying a title that in which you're functioning and expressing in. They say the name mean everything, don't they? They say, oh, what the Bible say, what the good book say. There's power in the name, there's meaning in the name, or something to that extent. So the most courageous act is to still think for yourself. All right? Your time is not much here, people. I don't care if you live a good 200 years. It's not the quantity, it's the quality of life. Bob Marley, Jesus Christ, and many others the left here, Marvin Gaye at 33, somewhere around there, 30 and 33. That's relatively a baby. Some of you would say, well, wow, they ain't do nothing. But look at the quality that they have. Look at all the sons Bob Marley and the children Bob Marley got. That's producing now. Look at all the people that he touched who is benefiting and living swell. Man, he could have died at 10. He'd have been good. I'd be happy. I'm well in over 50. Sometimes I don't feel like I got much more to give. So your time is limited. So don't waste it living someone else's life. I would rather die having spoken in my manner than speak your manner and live. Stop worrying about what life matters. The only thing that matters is your life. Again, another trick. It's all about getting you up out of you. A friend is someone who gives you a total freedom to be yourself. That's why you like that individual. That's why you want that person around you. I don't want nothing from you. And if you take anything from me, let it be my love. For a friend is someone who gives you total freedom to be yourself, and especially to feel or not feel. Whatever you happen to be feeling at any moment is fine with me. It's fine with that person. And look, I'm going to call you in a minute and check on you, make sure you're all right, my nigga. That's just the way I am. I need to experience utopia. And when I feel it and get in that arena, I want to stay in it. All we have to do, only thing that you need to be doing in existence is just that. Be yourself and go full of confidence and be courageous. All right? I'm going to get up out of here. I wanted to play a song, and I think I will. I'm going to come up out of something of that, of Brand Nubian. Brand new being. Right? Brand new being. Let's see, what songs should we play of that? Let me say something. Brand new being. Again, much love, peace, and light to Professor X, Lady Shea Butter, Mind's Eye. Appreciate y'all. It ain't that, it ain't that I'm appreciating of y'all coming through. We not on that wave. What I'm appreciating is what and who you are. And I can safely say that I can have an inclination of what and who you are because we resonate. Even if you don't even take what I'm saying, it's still all means and well because you're able to take the information and disseminate it and put it, like I say, and I know that what to do in a manner in which best suits and fits you so that your journey will be of that, of tranquility, bliss, peace, and love. Other words, some may know it as what they call my eye. You know? Brand Nubian. I might have to punch it in. I got the dumbest phones. I want to think of the song though. I can't think of the song that I know the how it go. Oh, that's what it is. So yeah. All right, so we're gonna get up out of here. Everybody that came through, you already know. We not I'm not appreciating you, I'm not thanking you. It's just you giving me, you know, I'm giving you. And you're building for yourself. I'm building for myself. We're going through this for a reason. We're experiencing the journey that we on because we are of, I don't like to say a higher degree as the mean we better than other entities or individuals out here in existence. It's just that it's the different type of cloth that we know that exists that you're allowed to be part of. I mean, you could be 32% polyester. You could be 98% cotton. You could be 2% polyester. You could be 60-40. Or you could be 100%. There's nothing wrong with that. It's still going to sell, right? It still have its purpose and its use. So we don't say that what we doing and who we are and what we know that we're better and we don't need to be out here in the world and, you know, or you see that I'm not supposed to be doing this, that thing, or the other, because you're gonna find yourself when dealing out here in the world, unless you substantiate it and holding yourself down, it's gonna be conflict, it's gonna be disagreeableness, it's gonna be imbalance, and that's because you know that you on a scale of uplifting and uprising. If you're going to Walmart working every day, people, and you loving it and it's smiling, no, I ain't going to say you people because I know none of these people that I'm ever talking to. So I could safely say, but if you ever see that when you out here in the world and they just as human as they can be, down to earth and blessing their little heart type people, just wish them well. They have many incarnations of lifetimes to go. See, you one thing for certain, two things for sure, you're not to gravitate to that back over here in this type of predicament and affair anymore. Oh no, you don't. No, 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 no. Let me show you why I can tell you this, y'all. And I know I said I'm gonna close, but let me explain this. One day I was thinking, I said, damn, what determined me from not being born from a woman down in Kensington at K&A that had to sell her body for her hit, and she got pregnant, and she happened to drop me off at somewhere around the corner, and the ambulance came, picked me up, and took me to the hospital up Lehigh Avenue, as opposed to being born into a woman over in Dubai who got a rich man with yachts and airplanes and motherfucking football fields and studios and 14-car garages. Why you want a Michael Jackson baby? You see how this works? Oh, is that too gross? Okay. You could have just been born to a poor woman who got pregnant by some dude, got out of jail and had sex with her, and he left her. Why and what determines me to go and gravitate to and fro in these arenas? I'm going to tell you, and it's real simple. It's your ability to magnetize. Your ability to magnetize, manifest, and bring it to fruition. Your karma dictates that where you go to and fro here and there. You see, this plane of existence is so vast. Right now, it's beyond the human ability to conceive, the brain. The Quran tells us best. It says that the earth is spacious enough for everybody to go and have it their way. Something to that extent. I'm not quoting it verbatim, but it does state that there's a lot of plane of existence. Man, Abu Bird told you that. If you don't like the Quran, go look what Abu Bird said. We can't make this up, people. So if you vibrate enough on a certain frequency, who's to say that yes, you can be born over in Dubai in a hospital where your bed and your pacifier will be made of gold? You got to be on that frequency. You just don't go to Harvard because you want to go to Harvard. You got to know somebody. You don't go to Yale and Princeton below a C grade average. So same on the below, same in the macro. You got to show yourself vibrational worthy. And look, if you vibrate strong and powerful enough, I might just skip you. You can get skipped to the next grade. Remember that? And you can go ahead and complete this life cycle here on Earth. I ain't gonna go too deep with this, y'all. We ain't gonna get too deep because I gotta get up out of here. I've been on too long with it. So mine's eye, y'all go ahead and get, get acquainted. And then again, any cash apps, send them cash apps out. Right now, I be cash apping. I don't expect cash app. I don't want cash app. But if you're doing something productive and positive, and you got an airwave, I'm on it. And I'll break it down. Sanchez, I ain't gonna get into. I donate to Sanchez, and that's it. Maybe once in a while, I drop a dollar to Black Magic 363 and Phil and them every once in a while. But there's nothing wrong with giving out currency in the physical form either. I won't mind a dollar here and there and there. This is what we do because you want to just take that money and at least start it. You can take that dollar, keep it on your cash app, right? Let it accumulate from other people and go ahead and build something or send that to another existent individual, and they could take that and up where they'll say your audio equipment or their audio equipment, where now we're able to have a better stream and invoking more energy towards that what our existence wants to be about. This is networking. This is keeping the value of a dollar in your cipher, in your circumference. All right. All the beings out here, whether it be Black Magic 363 or You know, the Pill brothers and Billy and all them. Oh, there's no more time for separation, debating, and bickering. Right now, is only about creating, marketing, and producing. This is where we have to start going to. I mean, like, we supposed to be coming up out of Cash Apping. Every time I Cash App, you get charged. Why? Because it's not mine. And that's because we have not yet had an individual who would develop a system, right, where it's not based off of monetary greed and gain. All right. So, you know, if you know you got a Cash App out there, I don't mind dropping $1 here and there. Don't expect a whole lot of money. Don't expect money all the time. But I do, and I don't mind contributing and donating to prosperous and positive energy cases, entities of my choice too. You know, I figured that if I used to buy newspapers, right? We used to buy the Final Call for $1. I could go ahead and donate that $1 to one of you people out here for a worthy cause, and just stop, you know, doing other things that I'm doing. It's the same thing. You know, some of you used to get the Enquirer, the Daily News. You used to pay $1 for that, and you was getting nothing but garbage. Wrong information, mind control information. So I'm gonna get up out of here. I'm gonna hit this brand Nubian tune. It's called The Gods, y'all. That's the one I chose. Peace, love, and light. Again, I want to thank everyone who came through. I will thank you, and for the simple fact, you've given me so much that it's unexplainable. I can't even sit in here and do a stream about how much I've gotten from just being with those who showed themselves through on the airway of the YouTube. And you know who you are, right? So this is my tune I want to play. They say the gods must be crazy by Brand Nubian, y'all. Remember that?
The gods must be crazy.
Why they want to say that the gods crazy?
The gods must be crazy.
They and look, when God came out in New York and Philadelphia knew what when we started calling each other gods. Don't you know they done sent out the advocates to start talking about dog? Yeah, they always come after me. Everything I do, they got individuals that's coming, just like Dorothy, the wolf in the road, whatever that story was. Little Red Robin Hood, I think it was. Always throwing the trick everywhere you going down the road. If you God, they're gonna be like, "What's up, dog?"
The gods must be crazy.
Yeah. They always said that. They said Jesus was crazy. They said Muhammad was crazy.
They want a nigga clean cut like the ancient Greeks, but the ancient Greeks were fucking freaks. I'm gonna let it grow like a forest, ain't chop shit down, that's why I hit sound. Some days I wake up, man, I don't feel like hearing shit, but when you talking to the curb, Jack, you don't even know me. You thinking wild cause I come on live, they gon' stay at a show. Not even fucking up my cool flow, but this cause he loves faking, there's a war against the righteous. But I got a gun, and the dog got one, and this man got one, and we gon' all be on. The scope is aimed at the White House, and still ain't say the cause was crazy. Would you be willing to come forward and accept psychiatric help? The cause was crazy.
Would you be willing to come to psychiatric help? Do you think you need a little psychiatric help?
No, I need. Bitch, back up. You think the God is Chris living? You flexing. Better watch yourself. They said the gods must be crazy because I don't bow to the cross. I even had a priest get tossed. Teacher alive, kept the sword. And when you do, you're gonna praise the Lord. All things are good, but I don't splurge, won't submerge myself. Immaterial wealth, just health and well-being through the all I see. But 85% of y'all is disagreeing. See, the black man is God, and that's the actual fact. But every time I scream, yo, I'm under attack. With the crack from my people, I come up beyond the back. Busted in the brain. Fuck it if the leave a stain. No pain, no gain. Rap man, change your demeanor. There's gonna be some shit when they unleash FEMA. We're heading for Armageddon. I'm only spreading the fact.
Right. That's why alive will be evil. You see? So we face Professor X puts God and dog in there. And what she has just verified to us, what Sanchez speaks of the hyperboloid. You see? The duality of existence. And this is what we want to master. You want to master the dark side and the light side. Why are you thinking that the book of Isaiah, I think it's, I can't, we can look it up though, where it states that, let's go here for a minute. Where at in the Bible does it speak of the secret treasures of the dark side? All right. Is that what you want? Or you could back out now. I didn't write that. That's in your good book, pastor, father, preacher, minister. I'm gonna give y'all the chance to back out now before we go any further from this stream on. You can get the light and you can get the treasures of the darkness and hidden riches of secret places. And I ain't gonna tell you that enough. We ain't gonna get too much into that yet. That we slow walking down that journey there. But we just want to bring the light, right? That what we dealing with in existence is the awakening of the self, the I, self, Lord, and Master. See?
They say that the gods must be traced. The gods must be traced. They say the gods must be traced. The gods must be traced. One day I see the river was 3 against 1.
I see you, late shade brother. That's right, Mind's Eye. Now he said, was the odds fair? Have they ever been? No. Because look at the battery, just like us, the positive and the negative, your North Pole and your South Pole, your hyperboloid. We must have the duality. When you become God, you're not scared of Satan no more. You realize that Satan now becomes your friend. And we're just speaking in those terms because we always talking about a story, right? God and Satan. But let's just say, for the sake of conversating, that's right, know thyself. And don't forget, this language we talking and speaking in and making reference and communicating in is that of the a baby and early and youngest language, which means the conceptual view will be limited if you not take what you speak and see it for what it represents itself to you as. Remember, if a picture speaks 1,000 words, then we must also acknowledge that pictures depict many symbols. Huh? Some people could look at, this is why we got abstract art. Some people could look at this art. In fact, they give you a test in school. It's a picture of an old woman. So it appears to be initially at first, until the teacher wakes us up and throw the question out there. Do anybody see the young lady in the picture? And everybody takes the paper and they like, young lady? What the fuck? I ain't see no young lady. Let me look at this again. Young lady. Oh, yeah. I see it. Remember that? Well, they were showing you, and they weren't showing you. This school is different. European school is different. They're testing you. This is IQ testing. Oh, yes, it is. Oh, that schooling thing is vicious. Y'all don't know. You don't know it like I know it. I'm telling you, I got sent to the principal office because I told them I wanted to be God. My answer wasn't right. You asked me, I told you about asking somebody personal questions. You got to be prepared and ready for their answers. Remember earlier in the stream? Don't ask nobody how they doing, because some of them need to get ready, and you may not be in a predicament position to help them. So just give them farewell greetings. Same thing. Don't ask me what I want to be when I grow up. She didn't like my answer. I got sent to the principal office. Now I know why. I didn't know then, but it was for the fact that this child was indifferent. His mind, how the fuck was he able to say some shit like that? She was flabbergasted. That's what they said. I think that's the word they used when I was listening to the conversation on the phone before my mom was gonna whip my ass when she talking to a girlfriend. You know what I mean? You know how you got in trouble before your ass with mom hot, she on the phone. She talking about, yeah, this nigga got his spell for school. I'm gonna whip his ass. I'm gonna tear this. I was like, oh shit. Yeah. So it's been real, y'all. I'm gonna get up out of here. I want to, like I said, go get something in my system. Just keep in mind, it's like everything that's going on in your life. I don't know what it is, y'all. And those who is listening and paying attention, one thing I could say, I'm going through things too that makes me be like, what WTF, right? But then I have to immediately remember, this is the world. This is what it's about. I can't take this serious. It's not nothing attacking me. There's no Satan that don't like me. There's not the white man don't like me. No, don't give them that energy. Don't give nothing that's energy. Give it all unto yourself. Mr. Donald Trump was a fine example of an individual standing sovereign and speaking his mind. And that's why they didn't like him, whether you was black or white. He even gave you fucking money and you still don't like him. I know, hey, I'm not saying, you know me, I don't like them, nor do I dislike them. It is what it is. I'm supreme being. I'm sitting back laughing at the shit. This is crazy. How you getting so caught up? Y'all letting that man control you like that. This nigga, hey, he got niggas hot. Hot, man. Hot. Both black and white. And the black people got money, stimulus checks and shit. Didn't even have to go to work. I was going in ordering my food, and the Korean people talking about we backed up today. I said, why you backed up? Black people don't want to come into work. I said, why they don't want to come into work? She said, because Donald Trump gave him all that money. I was cracking up, yo. I said, no. They hate Donald Trump. He ain't get them niggas no money. She said, this is a Korean lady, yo. Everything I love. I was in the Koreans. They cook my breakfast for me. You know, yeah, I eat. They cook on Saturday for me. I can't cook every day. So I got the Spanish. I got particular people who cook for me. Vietnam, no, what are they? Korean and the Puerto Ricans. They make sure the Latinos, no disrespect, they make sure that if I can't get to the store and get me a head of lettuce and a tomato or a watermelon or something, I can run around. I may pay a couple of little extra dollars for it, but hey, that's the price of cost. And instead of me starting up the car and going all the way over there and picking it up, I try growing it out back, but they making sure the soil ain't fertile enough, and I can't grow shit. I can't even grow a goddamn tomato. But the bottom line is, yeah, we got to stand up and exert the same energy Trump was exerting. And I know people not going to like that. No, they're not. They called him all type of thing. Narcissist. I looked the word up. Narcissist. Look, what's wrong with that? That's a beautiful word. I ain't never know nothing about a narcissist until Trump came along. Narcissist, what do that mean? Stop. Ain't that what my videos is about? Extreme self-involvement, my man. People, ladies and gentlemen. No, I ain't gonna say gentlemen. Ladies, well, let's say gods, deities. Okay, that's who I'm talking to. Self. Ain't the first law of nature is self-preservation? I think who put it in the chat? Know thyself. It was Lady Shea Butter. Oh my goodness. I think they playing tricks on us, y'all. They playing tricks. That's all. They seen Trump come through like Jesus. They said, oh no, we don't. Why you think Biden had to come along talking about if you ain't black and vote for me, you ain't that? Hey, what he said was something to that extent. I don't know what the fuck he said. Somebody said, hey, what he said. So he said something like that, right? What did he say exactly? Oh, if you don't vote for me, you're not black. Wow, that's even worse. He didn't say that. I know he didn't say that. Did he? Wow, I missed that. Wow. So how many you went out and voted for him? Wow, on the purpose of GP that I'm black. Did you know that's a constructed entity and organization that classifies individuals? There's no such thing as a black race. Why do you think they never even got reparations yet? Check out Taj Tariq Bey. Oh yeah, he does a fine job explaining all that good Morse, that good Gucci UCC stuff. Oh yeah, we know everything. We on our game in America, y'all. So like I said, y'all network, stay together, stay tuning into each other's algorithm, airway. This is what's going to keep you prosperous one way or another, whether you donate $1 or not. You paid already. You're just here on earth going through the formalities, y'all. Did you know Burger King came up with the proverbs of having it your way from that of how earth was created and intended for? Oh, yes, it was. What do they call America? The melting pot, right? You could come to America. Everybody wants to come to America. Why? To go to Burger King? No. Because you can have it your way once you reach the shore. You see? You could be black and walk around here speaking Arabic. You could be Indian and walk around here talking about you Christian. And you know goddamn well they not. Because you in America, you feel at liberal that you can marry another man. I ain't mad at you. I ain't mad. I'm like Tupac. Yeah, let's play one more song. About Tupac Shakur. I ain't mad at you. And I'm gonna get up out of here, yo, because I'm gonna start having fun. I'm gonna get real silly. Because like I said, I'm hungry. I ain't had no smoke in a minute. So I'm gonna get real silly. Tupac Shakur, I ain't mad at you. And my fluids is running low. Peace, love, and light to everybody came through on the YouTube page. Let's check Facebook because we stream both this time. Nobody never come on Facebook, but because they be over the radar, under the cover watching. That's all right. That's why I do Facebook. You ain't got to really tune in on Facebook. All you got to do is just go to your news feed and I'll pop up. So that's all good too. Make sure y'all learn something though. Don't just laugh at me. You know what I mean? Because if you just looking watching me to be laughing, then you might wind up on in living color and playing the role of Homie the Clown. You might get a part in the play with Martin Lawrence. And Eddie Murphy. Yeah. Will Smith. Chris Tucker. Chris Rock. Yeah. Go holler at the boy Quincy. You want to play? You want to laugh? That's what they're doing on there. Wait a minute. I ain't mad at you. I forgot I'm utilizing the dumbest pieces of equipment that I got. I gotta type this in. Out of all the equipment that I have, right? So-called technology, audio equipment, all of it is garbage. Anything that we have, right, is garbage, y'all. And you know this. Why do you think every America is nothing made here? Because first of all, you stop creating, the black people stop creating things. Look at the list. I think it was in 1933, according to Black History Month, on the list of all the inventions. I think the last year or something that the black man created something was probably around 19, give or take a few years or decades, right? Ever since then, y'all ain't created nothing. Leave it up to them. Leave it up to them. According to Black History Month. I know y'all created new languages and new dances and all that, but it's not We talking about that Black History shit, that 28-day stuff, Martin Luther the King, and how he want everybody get into the same house and burn up. That one. That's what he said. He said, I'm afraid I let my people into the burning house. So you would think that they would stop talking about that bull and like go ahead and switch up. Like it's been over 70 years and you still every month. Number one topic, Martin Luther the King. Well, Black History Month. They gotta change that curriculum. I think they have. But for the most part, we man, I done lost my train of thought. Anyway, oh, I was talking about the equipment. Yeah. African don't have technology. And you so-called Black people, so-called you aboriginals here in America, you either. Especially you. If it listen, man, y'all better listen to me. You better listen, please listen to this, because this is deep. This one gonna be fire. And I ain't trying to make fires and all that. I'm just telling like it is. You aboriginals, your magic, your essence is your technology. That's why they study you. So that they can duplicate in the physical realm that of the spiritual realm and the right. Or let's look at it as a macro aspect, micro in the micro in the macro aspect. Okay. And we know the truth of this because if you just look up that of everything else in existence, for example, let's take a car that you drive. Does not a car have a blood and a line in which it runs through? Does not a car have a heart, which would be your battery? Huh? Does not a car have eyes? Does not a car even have a grill? In fact, some people have a car so long it start to look like them if you look at it long enough from the front. So we know that everything has a string theory from that of what and who I am. This is why the word science is not much far from the sound of that of essence. For science only came about of that, of how and what you are existing and functioning in and of itself. You see? So we looking for Tupac Shakur, I Ain't Mad at You. So we could get up out of here. Mm-hmm. I ain't mad at you. This shit is crazy. Yeah, so it's all about like I deleted it. Like the definition said of being a narcissist, it's about self-empowerment. I can't help you. if I have not myself together, if I have not love for myself, there's no way that I could express or give love unto you. I first must be an exact, precise, accurate functioning of and for myself, not of and for you or what a schooling system has taught me. That's a big difference. You need not be equating the richness of one's bank account. I mean, the quality of one's bank account of their richness. That's a sad thing to do. Just watch a child being around a person with money as opposed to being around a person with no money, but they got words for wisdom. They're going to run up to that person first that comes in the door with the money because y'all know money rules everything around me. But after they get that dollar or that $5, they immediately run away from that person. And thereby, for the rest of the remaining period that the two people was around, they will be in and out, spending time of that with the individual that gave not one penny. I'm sorry if you ever went through that, but that's just the way it is, yo. You can't win love with money. You're not going to win these children over because you come over and you giving out money. That's all they're going to be waiting to see you for. Oh, Unc got money. Every time Unc coming through, he got money. Nah, Unc's supposed to be coming through giving information for empowerment. So that money will always be abundantly. Let's listen to some Tupac Shakur. I ain't mad at you. You know what I mean? Yeah, because I know the science and mathematics that I'm dropping, some people may think that I'm upset at other entities and organizations in existence, and that's not the case. Please forgive me, for it is never my intentions to be disagreeable, harmful, or disrespectful to any person, place, or thing in existence. All right? You know my airway and what it's about. It's about empowerment.
Shit. I guess change is good for any of us.
I'm gonna get up out of here, y'all. I'm gonna rock this Tupac Shakur. I ain't mad at you.
And I'm the love for you.
Yep.
Yeah. All the homies that I ain't talked to around, I'ma send this one out for y'all. Know what I mean? Cause I ain't mad at you. Heard y'all tearing up shit out there, kicking up dust, giving a motherfucker. Yeah, niggas. Cause I ain't mad at you. Now we was once two niggas of the same kind. Quick to holler at a hoochie with the same line. You was just a little smaller, but you still bold. Got stressed to YA and hit the hood swole. Remember when you had a Jerry curl, didn't quite learn. On the block with your Glock, tripping off shirt. Collect calls to the tip, saying how you changed. Oh, you a Muslim now, no more dope game. Heard you might be coming home, just got bail. Wanna go to the mosque, or wanna chase tail. It seems I lost my little homie, he's a changed man. Independent and no sending is the game plan. When I talk about money, all you see is the struggle. When I tell you I'm living large, you tell me it's trouble. Congratulations on the wedding. I hope your wife knows she got a player for life, and that's no bullshitting. I know you move hard, you probably don't remember. I used to think for your sister, but never went a bender. And I can see us after school, we fall on the first motherfucker with the wrong shit on. Now the whole shit's changed, and we don't even kick it down a big money scheme, and you ain't even with it. Knew in my heart you was the same motherfucker bad. Go toe to toe when it's time for work, you got a brother's back, and I can't even trip. Cause I'm just laughing at you. You're trying hard to maintain, and go ahead, cause I ain't mad at you. like distant cousins, fighting, playing dozens, whole neighborhood buzzing, knowing that we buzzing used to catch us on the roof or behind the stairs. I'm getting big and I reminisce on all the time we said. Besides moving and grinding, wasn't nothing on our mind. In time, we learned to live a life of crime. Rewind us back to a time was much too young enough. I caught a felony loving the way the guns blow. And even though we separated, you said that you ain't don't get nobody no cookie while I be locked up state. I kiss my mama goodbye, wipe the tears from my lonely eyes. Said I'll return, but I gotta fight to fix the ride. Don't shed a tear, cause mama, I ain't happy here. I've been trying, no more smiles for a couple years. They got me going mad. I'm knocking brothers on their backs in my cell, thinking hell, I know one day I'll be back. As soon as I touch down, I told my girl I'll be there, so prepare to get fucked down. The homies wanna kick it, but I'm just laughing at you, cause you's a down ass bitch, and I ain't mad at you.
I ain't mad at you.
I ain't mad at you.
I ain't mad at
But you're a down ass bitch. I ain't mad at you. Guess who's moving up and niggas balling now? Bitches be calling to get it. Hookers be falling down. He went from nothing to lots. 10 carats to rock. Went from a nobody nigga to the big man on the block. He's Mr. Local Celebrity. Addicted to moving key. Most hated by enemies. Escaping the luxury. See, first you was our nigga, but you made it. So the choice is made. Now we gotta slay you while you fade. In the younger days, so full of pain with a weapon's blade. Getting so high off that bomb, hoping we make it to the better days. Cause crime pays, and in time, you'll find a rhyme or place. You'll feel the fire from the niggas in my younger days. So many changed on me, so many try to plot. But I keep a block beside my head, when will it stop? Shall God return me to my essence? Cause even as an adolescent, I refuse to be a convalescent. So many questions, and they ask me if I'm still down. I moved up out of the ghetto, so I ain't real now. They got so much to say, but I'm just laughing at you. Niggas just don't know. I ain't mad at you.